Welcome back, dear students. So here I am going to start the another topic of your tissue chapter, that is animal tissue. We have completed the plant tissue, and here just on the basis of their function, the animal tissue have been classified into four categories, that is epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue and nervous tissue. Again just I am repeating. So on the basis of their functions, the animal tissue is classified into four categories, that is epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue and nervous tissue. So here we will see one by one. First, again this animal tissue can be classified, means the epithelial tissue of animal tissue can be classified into again five types: squamous epithelium tissue, cuboidal epithelium tissue, columnar epithelium tissue, ciliated epithelium tissue and stratified epithelium tissue. Again squamous, cuboidal, columnar, ciliated and striated epithelium tissue. The connective tissue can be grouped into different categories here, that is areolar tissue, adipose tissue, skeletal tissue and fluid connective tissue. Actually these three type of the tissue in the connective tissue, that is areolar, adipose and skeletal, this is a solid connective tissue. The areolar, adipose and skeletal connective tissue, that is the solid connective tissue, and here this is the fluid connective tissue which consists of the blood and lymph. In this areolar connective tissue you will find the tendon and ligaments. Adipose connective tissue is also present in our skin, below the skin, in the form of the fat. In the skeletal connective tissue, there is bone and cartilage, which is the framework of our body. And in the fluid connective tissue, just you find blood and lymph, which circulates and gives protection to our body from different infections and transport of materials. So here again one by one, first one, that is the areolar connective tissue, which consists of ligament and tendon. The tendons joins muscle to muscles and muscle to bones, and ligament joins two type of the bones. So it is present at the joints where the two bone meets, that place is known as joints, and in the joints ligaments and tendons are present. So this tendon connects or joins the muscles to muscles or muscle to bones, whereas the ligament joins two type of the skeleton or two type of the bones. Adipose tissue is again, it is present below the skin and helps in the storage of the fat. Skeletal tissue, that is the bones and cartilage. As you know, the number of bones are 206 in our body, and this bone is the framework of our body and it is the hard in nature, which gives the skeletal framework, and it also protects our internal organ of our body. So bone also helps in the movement of our body and it gives proper shape to our body. The cartilage, it is flexible in nature, which is present in the ear and nose tip or in the ear. The fluid connective tissue, that is known as blood and lymph. The blood circulates in our body, and this blood, you know, it is of immense importance. It helps in the transport of materials, it carries oxygen, it carries food materials, it removes waste from our body. The blood also regulates the temperature of our body. It protects us from the infection and injury from the diseases. And blood circulates in our body and it provides different materials and helps in the maintaining the osmoregulation of our body, that is maintenance of salts and water in our body. The concentration of salts, water in our body is maintained and circulated by the blood only. The lymph, which is also a fluid connective tissue, it contains the lymphocyte, which helps to protect our body from the infection and injury. This lymphocyte helps to produce antibody in our body, and also lymph helps to digest the fat. It means the lymph helps in the emulsification of the fat, breaking of the fat into simple form, that is in fatty acid and glycerol. So lymph helps in the protection of our body by producing antibody, and it also helps to neutralize the excess of fat if it is present in our body. So again, one by one we will start this animal tissue from the epithelial tissue. The epithelial tissue is present in each and every parts of our body, mainly the external and internal parts of our body, that is external lining and internal lining of our body. This protective tissue is separated from the underlying tissue by the fiber, which is known as basement membrane, hence always grow on the other tissues. This can be of different types, as I have showed you earlier. It may be the squamous, it may be the just 1 minute before going to the slides. It may be squamous, it may be cuboidal, it may be columnar, and it may be the ciliated, and one more type, that is a stratified epithelium tissue. Now come to the again next slides here. The location of the tissue, that is epithelium tissue, is found in the skin, lining of the mouth, the blood vessels, the alveoli, the kidney, tubules, and the internal organ in the outer and inner layer of the skins. So it is protective in nature. Mainly the function of the squamous epithelium or cuboidal epithelium or any type of epithelium is protection in nature. Sometimes it also helps in the secretion of the materials, so it is also secretory in nature. It also helps to remove the waste from our body, so it is excretory in nature. So this type of tissue means the epithelium tissue is very important for our body. It is a main tissue which helps in different types of the activities, different type of metabolic activities. On the basis of their functions, they have been classified into different groups or different categories. Now here the different types of the epithelium tissue, just you see here. Simple epithelium tissue, that is made up of single layer of the cells here. Here stratified, made up of many layer of the cells, and here this is different types of the epithelium tissue. That is cuboidal epithelium tissue, simple cuboidal, simple squamous epithelium tissue. This is a columnar epithelium tissue because they are elongated and column-like structures, and nucleus are present at the base. Here they are stratified squamous epithelium tissue. Here they have a number of nucleus, so they are multinucleate. Here you find the columnar epithelium tissue. This is cuboidal epithelium tissue, and this is the squamous epithelium tissue. Okay, so here this is a diagram of different kinds of the tissues. Now the structure, location and function of different types of the epithelium tissue. The first one, that is the squamous epithelium tissue. The structure of this epithelium tissue, the cells are flat, irregular, which fit like the floor tiles to form a delicate lining called pavement epithelium. The nucleus is present in the center, and they are made up of single layer of the cells. The cells are irregular and they form a tiles-like structure. As far as their location is concerned, they are present in the esophagus, lining of the mouth, and the alveoli of the lungs and blood vessels. The functions of the squamous epithelium tissue is protective in nature. It protects the underlying cells and tissue from the injury and infection. It also helps in the exchange of gases, since it is present in the alveoli of gases, alveoli of the lungs, so it helps in the transport of the materials or the exchange of gases between the cells and the tissues. The second type of the epithelium tissue, that is the cuboidal epithelium tissue. The cells are cube-like with a round nucleus in the center, and the location is present in the kidney tubules. They are located, their presence in our body, in the kidney tubules, duct of salivary glands, and the function of this tissue, that is a cuboidal epithelium tissue, it gives a mechanical support to the organs, to the cells, and to the tissues. Sometimes it also helps in the movement of materials in the kidney or in the salivary glands. Third type of the epithelium tissue, that is columnar epithelium tissue. As the name indicates, it is column-like elongated cells and nucleus are present at the base. They are pillar-like structure placed side by side. Nucleus is situated near the base, and their location, they are present in the inner lining of intestine. You know, we have long intestine, a small intestine and large intestine. So there it is present. In the respiratory tract, they are present. The cells have cilia or hair-like structure. This cilia or hair-like structure helps in the movement of the materials. So sometimes they are also called the ciliated epithelium tissue. The columnar epithelium tissue, if they contain cilia or flagella-like structure, which helps in the movement of the materials. If they have the hair-like structures, they are also called ciliated columnar epithelium tissue. And function, they helps in the absorption, secretion of the materials. The function of this columnar epithelium is to help in the absorption, excretion and secretion of the materials. Sometimes it is secretory in nature, and from where any materials are secreted? The materials are secreted from the glands, like hormones and enzymes are secreted from the glands. So sometimes it is also called the glandular epithelium tissue, because some materials are secreted from the exocrine glands or endocrine glands. So all these types of the tissues are described or categorized on the basis of their function. Last one, that is the striated epithelium tissue. Here, this squamous epithelium tissue are flat cells arranged in many layers, and it helps to prevent the wearing and tearing of the cells and tissue. Somewhere else, if the infection is there, somewhere else if it is injury is there, and somewhere else the cells are dead and it needs removal, then it helps cells to prevent the wearing and tearing of the cells. As far as the location is concerned, it is present in the skin to prevent wearing and tearing, tongue, esophagus and lining of the lungs. Helps the function of this striated epithelium tissue. It helps in the protection and prevents wearing and tearing of the tissues, cells and organs. So this is about the epithelium tissue. There is only one type of the animal tissue. We have 4 types of animal tissue. That is, first one epithelium tissue, then connective tissue, then muscular tissue, and fourth nervous tissue. So all these 4 types of tissue just we have seen earlier, and among these 4 types of tissue, the one we have discussed, that is the epithelium tissue. And type of epithelium tissue, that is the squamous epithelium tissue, cuboidal epithelium tissue, columnar epithelium tissue, stratified epithelium tissue, striated columnar epithelium tissue, ciliated epithelium tissue and glandular epithelium tissue. So different types of tissues or the different type of epithelium tissues are classified on the basis of the function or on the basis of their location. So in the next slides we will see the other type of tissue, that is the connective tissue. Thank you.